Right then, the BBX build. My experience of building this so far. As you can see, it is pretty much done. I have spent this afternoon cutting out the body. I've just got to go and spray it now. Let me tell you, cutting out the body is traumatic. If you're not good at cutting out bodies like me, then yeah, you might struggle. It takes a bit of skill. I've hacked my way through it and used a lot of sandpaper to try and smooth down edges, but I am not skilled with a scalpel. So if you're good at doing these, I suggest you buy a load of them and set up an eBay shop or something and just sell them all cut out for us, because you'll make a mint. Anyway, here it is. Looking good, I think. If you are new to RC cars, if you want to buy your first RC car, don't get this one. Do not get it, yeah? Get something like the Hornet, yeah? Or the TT02, or even the Monster Beetle. I'm just saying that because I've got them. But the Lunchbox, I ain't got one of them. Yeah, this is a bit of a challenging build if you don't know what you're doing. Luckily, though, I've had experience in building some cars and tinkering with them. So I was doing all right. So let me just flick through the manual here and just point out some stuff. So doing a ball diff, I've got a ball diff in this. I upgraded to an MIP ball diff. So I have done this before, so I know what to do with that. That wasn't too hard. I always found this bit a bit difficult though, sort of making sure it's all set properly. Moving on to this, putting this, I believe it's called an octagon, it's got 8 sides to it. So putting this in behind the spur gear and then attaching it on, you've got to make sure it's in alignment. So what I did was put some masking tape onto it first and then put it all together and slid it on. So yeah, that was just making sure it was all fitting properly. The motor, I've got a super stock RZ motor in there. Initially I was going to take the sports tuned out of this and put its normal silver can 540 back in, but then I was being told that the sports tune motor ain't going to be any good for this. You really want something nice and fast as well. This thing, the manual sort of suggests that you're going brushless. It's sort of telling you that, yeah, this should be brushless. Everyone moves to brushless. But I'm still using brushed, and I fired it up and it seems fast. The wheels, yeah, they, what do you call them, inflate or expand as you're spinning around. Anyway, so putting the motor on was okay. Trying to get the mesh correct, I was a bit uncertain because the motor felt a bit clunky when it was turning. It was, but once it fired up, it spins beautifully, yeah. I saw a technique on YouTube where you put a bit of paper between the pinion and the spur, and then you roll it through and it makes sure that's a good mesh. So I don't know if that's a technique you already know about, but yeah. You're going to need some tools to do this, because it's asking you to cut out these foam bits that keep the battery in place there. So definitely need a scalpel. I'm sure you've all got one of them anyway. And you're going to need, later on in the build, the mesh just to start drilling holes. So you're going to need one of these. So I had to go out and buy a little drill thing. Because yeah, you're going to have to drill some holes into this. It makes you do some work. But everything here, sort of fine. Moving on. The electrics. Now, with my electrics, I went out and got a new transmitter. It's because I want to store more cars on this. And I thought, why not treat myself? I've been using sticks for some time, so that's a bit challenging to me. I'm still learning it. And like every time I build a car, everything's in reverse. So when I turn right, it goes left. When I go forward, the car goes backwards. So I have to learn how to reverse everything. Simple on my other controllers, you just flick the switch, but with that, you got to twiddle knobs, press enter, press set, and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's all sorted. You need a low profile servo, so an ordinary servo ain't gonna cut the mustard with this one, yeah. So yeah, for me, I've had to get a nice new motor, a super stock that I haven't had that type of motor before, and a low profile servo as well. And also, obviously you need to get your electronic speed controller that's tucked away in there. Right, so moving on, that all fitted all out. These arms here for the steering, I always have a problem screwing them in, whatever car I build, but it was done. Moving through, that was all fine. There's a lot of fiddly little bits to put in around the front here. Yeah, it doesn't give you much room. And then as we move forward to the shocks, all right, these, never built shocks like this before, certainly something different. It took me, I think, one night to do the front and one night to do the back ones. But yeah, you've got to measure, make sure you measure the gap, because you can adjust these. I've not had shocks where you adjust them like that before, so I had to go out and buy a caliper as well to make sure I was getting the correct measurements on the shocks. And then you have to drill, this is where your drill comes in, because you've got to drill a little hole in the cap so it flows through there and you can change it and all that sort of stuff. A little bit more advanced than what I'm used to anyway. So the shocks were not a pleasure to do, but I did it. You know, the only way we grow in life is if we do things that we've never done before. So fitting all the shocks on, fine. Putting the back shocks on though with this arm here and that was particularly fiddly. They're asking you to sort of screw through here in the back of that. I don't know if you see it, turn it around in there. They're asking you to screw in there. Let's focus a little bit better. Yep, there we go. They're asking you to screw in there. It just got a little bit fiddly, yeah? You could have done with an extra hand and stuff. But yeah, so other than that, we're getting to the end now of the actual build. Putting the wheels on. Did the wheels. I did the wheels first, to be honest. I made them first. They were the easiest part to do, and they sat there for a week or two. Let's focus back in on that. There we go. Yeah, and then it's all together. And the problem I'm finding though is, because once the bodywork's on, and you've got, if you want to put the netting on, I've seen a load of cars that don't have it, and maybe this is why. I'm thinking, how do you attach the two battery leads together? How do you get your fingers in if there's net in there? Maybe when you cable tie it, you do it a little bit looser so you can slide the netting up, maybe, and do that. That's something I might have to look at. But yeah, that's something I'll find a way of doing it. So bodywork's all cut out. Like I said, just washed it, sanded it, washed it. About to spray it in a minute. Probably go and do that down in the garage area downstairs. But yeah, like I said, cutting out the body, good luck with that if you're going to attempt to do that. And then stickers. But what I'm going to do next is I'll plug it all in. I'll fire it up. You can see how fast it goes for the wheel spin. I'm not going to drive it around the carpet in here because it'll just smash into the wall. So give me 2 seconds. When you come back, I'll have it hoisted up and powered up. Right, so we're back. Yeah. Maybe you could tell me if that crackling noise is meant to be like that. I've never had a servo that's low profile and got metal gears in and stuff. I've always had a cheap servo. This one's a little bit more expensive. Anyway, okay, so let's give it some power. First of all, steering. Good steering, yeah. And then gradually build up the power on the wheels. You can see the wheels ballooning out. Yes, there it is. Let's turn that off. He says. There we go. Cool. Yeah, let me know what you think. Have I done a good job so far? Bodywork next. I'm going to go box art. It's going to be blue and white. Well, blue with a white roof. You know, stressed and tossed and turned and thought what colours could I do to make it look pretty. But, you know what, I'm just going box art. It'll be all right like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, until the next time you see it, hopefully it's all done and running around, and we'll have some better weather in the UK to sort of get it out and about and doing some stuff with it. Until the next time, guys, if you've liked what you've seen, if you've lasted this far into the video, well, congratulations. Why don't you give us a subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with everything that's going on and more BBX videos. See you later.